Welcome to my platform. I'm Roland Adegoke. This is the oasis of life, the citadel of excellence, and the castle of wisdom. Recruitment process is always very challenging to business owners and top management officials of great institutions. So many at times, individuals will be employed with theoretical knowledge but without practical experience. And that is why so many organizations depend on the method of on-the-job training to get the newly recruited persons acquainted with the mode and practice of operation within such institution. So today I'm going to speak on the method of on-the-job training. It is popularly called OJT among top personnel management officials or human resources departments. When we talk about on-the-job training, it means the method in which an employee undergoes the practical session by learning from an expert in such unit or department until he masters it. It is a method of in-house training. An individual will be attached to an expert or a competent person or a supervisor within such department to be trained to master the practical aspects of the work. In the course of recruitment, there are certain individuals who apply for vacancy who may not have the experience or the required qualification. But such individual may display some level of soft skill or other level of skills that the organization may need. There are some that will display teachability. They know they don't know this. They know they are not the right person for this job, but they exemplify or demonstrate teachability. So such employer of labor might feel, let me employ this person and work on him. Eventually, this person will actually do the work. This practice is common in the banking sector, in which the bankers may eventually employ somebody with background in engineering or somebody with background in social sciences, somebody who studied international relations, history, sociology, political science, or mechanical engineering, pharmacy, medicine, and you get them to work in the bank. It is the practical knowledge, the practical training such individual will go through in the bank that will now eventually make him a banker. And from there, he can go for his ICANN, he can become a chartered banker, and then become a master in that field. So on-the-job training is very important. Although there are a lot of criticisms and critique against that method, nonetheless, it does not undermine the effectiveness in on-the-job training. There are a lot of benefits in on-the-job training. Number one, it saves time and money. The time needed, the resources required to train a staff member to the level of competence and mastery is enormous. But with on-the-job training method is an in-house arrangement. So the person who is a supervisor will train and retrain, display mastery, exemplify methods and better way of doing things or performing tasks in the presence of a newly employed person. So the newly employed person will learn by the road, that is following the example displayed by the supervisor. So he is exposed and the cost of training will be cheaper. It is an in-house arrangement rather than bringing an expert or a consultant from outside or from a big organization. Number two, it makes staff's evaluation easy. With on-the-job training, the immediate supervisor can easily evaluate the level of comprehension, the level of assimilation, the level of job performance and delivery of task by the newly employed person or by the person brought in as a trainee. He can easily assess, write report and make recommendation to top management level, all because they work together. So it makes evaluation very easy and fast, cheaper and easily accessible. Then it is also helpful for such newly employed or a trainee to be adaptable. The level of adaptability is always very fast and rapid. Since he is working hand in hand with the supervisor, he can easily get used to the supervisor, his language, his mode of understanding, his mode of operation, his psychology, his temperament. There is this kind of exposure, there is this kind of blend and integration, and it has been of a great help to great organization. Then number four, it encourages teamwork and synergy. Having taken a time to study some football clubs across the world, there is this mode of operation called the football academy. Football clubs usually get young boys into their football academy as early as 7, 8 years or thereabout. So working on them for like 4, 5 years or more will help those young boys to integrate, to play together, to understand one another. And as they grow up to become a team, you see that the team will display and perform well. By the time they become adults and they are to play professional, having been playing together for the past 5 years or 6 years, right from the academy, we help them to fuse together, play together. Even though challenges may come, they will be able to understand the psychology, the skill, and the method of playing or of performance of various players. So they fuse together, they play together as a team. So on-the-job training really encourages teamwork and synergy. It also increases the rate of job retainment. Job losses will be reduced. The employee know for sure that since he has been employed and is being trained, the job security is there for him. At the same time, the employer of labor is also satisfied with the job performance and we find no reason to lay off, to retrench, or to dismiss or sack such employee, except if there is a serious ethical or moral default in such person. So, on the job training is very important and is highly recommended to employers of labor. It also helps to understand and assess the area of strength, the competence of such employee. So there is a kind of bilateral benefit, whether as the organization or as the newly employed person or the trainee. So from both sides, there are a lot of benefits. It encourages interdiscipline training. Such individual having been trained in a field or in a section can, after some times, having mastered the operations of such department, can be moved to another department and retrained again. So he will be able to learn and acquire basic practical ideas or knowledge of various department, component units within an organization. He can be trained in the area of administration. After like a year or two, can be trained in the area of marketing and sales. He can be trained in different departments and units. So on-the-job training is highly recommended. So if as top management officials or business owners, you've been having challenge with your employees or you've been having records of loss of employees on several occasions, you can adopt the method of on-the-job training. And once your record of relationship with staff members are smooth and good enough, you are likely to have the best of it and the level of productivity will be very high. So till I come your way next time, I remain your partner in progress, Roland Adegoke.